Hello. This is Ask Dr. Ben. I am a coronavirologist with 25 years experience growing these dumb little viruses and stuff like that. And I'm going to try to answer your questions. So the next question is from Brianna. How you doing, Brianna? All right. Let's see. My question is, if my parents who are 71, oh my gosh, this is one of those word problems, right? Yeah. Math class, man. So 71 both got the Pfizer vaccine, and my husband and I also got the Pfizer after the second dose. But mind you, I have an almost 2 year old daughter who can't get the vaccine yet, right? Not approved yet for young children. And my husband does work, but outside. Okay, all right, fine. We've adjusted all the all the sliders appropriately. Would it be safe to visit inside without mask? Thank you for y'all's time. Yeah, fine. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the answer is it depends on which strain we're talking about. So all the vaccines seem to work pretty well against a lot of the strains, the more common strains. And those would be the majority of what you would run into in most places. So I'm assuming worst case scenario, probably your parents are okay, probably you and your husband are okay, but your daughter may have the virus inside, and you wouldn't necessarily know. And kids can definitely be a vector and spread it to the entire family. So that would be, it wouldn't necessarily spread, but it would be a challenge. Like the virus would be there, and we'd have to see how well the vaccine immunity does against it. If it's one of the common strains that is out there and not one of the variants, chances are it'll be just fine. If it is one of the variants, like a P1 or P2 or B1351 variant, which are the Brazil, and South Africa, then there is a chance. You should still be protected, and most people who have got the Pfizer vaccine do seem to be protected even against those variants. I think the most likely thing there is that the protection will start out just as protected and it'll just fall off a little sooner. Because you can't use all of the antibodies that you made to actually fight the virus. Only some subset of them will still work against those particular variants. So with those variants, there's a chance that something bad would happen, but it's not a big chance. So this is one of those things where I would say it's probably a thing that you could budget for. So if you are in a situation where maybe it's just you and your daughter, and maybe not your husband, because he may have more outside exposure than everybody else in the family. I don't know. Depends on what everybody's doing for work and stuff like that. So a smaller number of people is probably going to be safer, and you may be able to get away with it. Yeah, it's I don't want to be the person that tells you, yeah, this is fine, whatever, because there's a lot of people out there who will say that. But I would say that as long as you're being real extra careful with people on sort of outside that group, you can probably get away with it, I would have thought. Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that you can do is you would always be able to go and have a test. And if you get tested and are negative and are immunized, then probably, as long as you don't run into too many people, and I'm assuming that your parents don't live in a crowded bus station or something like that, yeah, I would think you can probably get away with that, and they'll probably appreciate being able to see the granddaughter. But if they're worried, or if you're worried and you want to keep masks on, you can still give a really good hug while you're wearing a mask, and you can do 99% of everything. The only stuff you can't do is put things in your nose and mouth. So, you know what? Yeah, that seems doable. That seems workable to me. And so, yeah, good luck. And thanks very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.